Yo, how we doing? Another day. Bought myself some trays. One for my tools and one for stripping parts down or cleaning. I learnt this when I built my other engine with Adrian Dodds. I used to have metal trays and it just keeps everything organised, which was nice. Also bought myself just some Ziploc bags because always just to keep my bits and bolts organised. So today I'm just going to line up the boot again. So I just sanded back the re-fiberglass and I did. So it's keyed over. And on the other side, I know it's clear, but I'm going to paint over it. This one's still open because that hole's actually all right. I'm just going to tidy it up a bit. And now I am going to put like a little aluminium plate just over this, so basically acts as a big washer. Because when you do start tightening up on the fiberglass, you can't over tighten because it starts pulling in, even if you've got a washer on it. So I'm going to do a little plate, and then I'm going to put a little spring washer on it just to help a bit of tension really. I've been mucking about with seat alignments. I am thinking of getting another seat, but I'm going to bolt that in for now. And then gear linkage, I'm going to cut out here. So I need it further back. So that's my plan. But yeah, just on with the boot lid today. Right, just made up some little plates. Shows you how much these are actually out of line. So if you look at that one, these are the same, these not the same length, this isn't. But look at this, look, that side. That side. This one fits here. Look at the bloody overhang on that. So, I'm going to draw some holes in. So I used these last time, didn't I? So I made these up, just basically trace what the holes were before. So I'm using these lines to basically duplicate where the holes were before, but obviously just make them so they're not as big. Yeah, a bit of sun today, the weather ain't been too good, so actually got it out and had some space to work around it. Finish up the boot today, which is cool. Got some clips as well. Just unclip like that. It's really cool. I'm very happy with them. And they're the little plate washers I was saying about. And I even got some new. It's like almost like a gasket really material for the backing. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. I like how they click as well. Oh, there, mate. Right. Click. Nice. Right, here we go. Positioning the engine in the subframe, and it has not been fun. Basically, I've managed to. First, it was hitting here, but I've got a good distance on that now. I brought it right forward, so I've had to do some adjusting on the actual mounts. So this mount here is pulled right forward. I'm not hitting any of the steering arms. Obviously it's close, but I know it's going to be close. It's basically, well, I just know that's going to be the issue. I've got a good gap here. I've got a good gap on it. I've got a little gap on the CV joints, but the fucking steering column, apologies for my language, I'm going under. Here we go. That bolt there is hitting the engine. Yeah. Ooh, this one here, I don't know if I'm even pointing to that because I'm not right under. So I've got to try and bring the engine, I've got to try and tilt it. So I don't know if to pop some washers underneath the gearbox mount, try and bring it up a little bit and forward, or just try and pull it forward and then tighten up as I go. But it's been difficult because I'm doing it all on my own. This is more difficult because it's the area that I've been worried about most, because I've been capable of doing everything else. When it comes to the heavy stuff and the quite important stuff, it's been a bit difficult, but I'm cracking on and hopefully we'll get it back in down on all fours today. So I actually think I managed it. I don't know how, but nothing's touching. So I've lifted it all up and I tightened all the gearbox mounts before I tightened the left and right mount, and I didn't get as much drop on the left hand side when letting it down off of the off of the jack. So I think that is the best I'm going to get for now. I'm hoping when I let it down on its wheels I don't get any give, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to start trying to do the gear linkage over the next couple of days. I'm going to take my time. Right, say no Project Binky, man. I'm trying to get a rough positioning without having to like build anything for now. So I'm on zip ties and keying, trying to get some tension. I am going to delete the top arm and I'm going to strap it a bit shorter inside the motor. The previous owner has actually put a longer gear stick on it, but like the actual linkage as well. So I'm having to bring the linkage so far up just so I'm going to be able to put an exhaust in the bloody thing. I could get a standard one, but I actually quite like the length because I'm quite tall, so it's going to be in the back of the car. So I'm gonna go for this and gonna look into how I'm gonna cut it. So I'm gonna jubilee it up at first. Just doing some mock-ups, get it connected and also away from when I have the exhaust in. We've got quite a good run down there. It can slightly run to the right. I think it's going to tuck pretty well, and obviously I need to do a bit of work here because this just looks silly. But just taking a quick look at the gear linkage. So I want to clean all this up obviously because this is going to be sat on top. I think on this side I'm going to have a rubber mount on each side, so I do allow a bit of movement because I've deleted the mount to the engine. So I'm going to see how this cleans up soon. The box so far I've been making, so this is where the gear stick is going to be sat on top of. So basically if you look in my book, so I'm going to have a corner over here with bolts through there, mate. Not sure if the image makes much sense, but that's kind of a reference I've been working on to try and strengthen. But yeah, just going to see how this goes really. This has taken me a long time to do, so I tried to do it really neat. I learnt from another chap about drilling out the corners, makes it easier to bend and join together. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. It could go right, could go wrong. So for the tunnel I have started it again because it was too shallow, because I want to mount the unit underneath so it's all a bit cleaner. I don't have a panel bender, so I've kind of invented this out of trial and error. So basically when I push this down, because it has the section underneath, it bends it, but I need two hands, so I can't do it in the video. But if I give you an idea, kind of, you can see it bending, and then I have to hammer along here with I've got a pigskin hammer that I've been using. Then I'll have a little trial fit. Just got to put the top mount in it, and I've got to put the sides on as well. Hopefully get an actual image of it later, all built up. Yo, it's going to be the last part of this video. I feel like I've been filming and then I've been doing mishmashing and I've forgot parts, and it's been, well, it's a bit unorganised really. So I wanted to try and reset myself. So what have I been doing recently? So I did finish the brake lines. So I don't mind it high. I mean, some people have it so it kinks down, and then I mean I can always change it over time. So I got some braided hose in. So the braid goes through to the to the bias valve, and I've also done some alterations to the tower. So instead of having just the corners done here, I've wrapped it all the way around, which is so much better. I lengthened it and made it higher. I still haven't welded the gear link underneath. So what's going to happen is the bias valve I'm going to have strapped to the side just a little bit further out to not interfere. Next I'm going to open up this hole a little bit more, and then I'm going to weld another square on the top, and then a little L shape's going to come up here. So I'm going to chop all this out, and I've also got to weld in these little gaps because I don't want any water going down there splashing up from underneath the car. So I'm going to weld over them as well. Here I'm going to have riv nuts, so I don't have to make any random holes underneath, and this is just going to be strapped to. I'm also going to make a little panel here with my light switches on, etc. I've just ordered the seat mounts, some proper ones. It's got a bit scratchy over there. I've got to touch that in with you can get the Nardo paint, the Raptor paint in a can, so I'm just going to do that. As for the boot, I think I have shown that already. Hinges are done. I finally got electricity. Yeah, I bought a go-kart as well. That was a bad idea. Well, it wasn't, but yeah. I have electricity. My good mate Milo fitted in for me, so I'm really happy with that. Finally able to use a welder down here, which is going to help me out a lot, because obviously I can't use it on an extension lead. Other than that, today I've got to move the handbrake further back into the car, so I'm about to make up some alloy mounts and then sit them further back and then strap them in, and that's today really. So I'm going to make it an end to this video, and then in the next video I've got Wide by Wilson coming to do my loom, and then the next video will probably be the welding and more like the gear linkage area. I hope everyone's sound, and catch you all soon. Okay, bye.